Maxwell Hazan de Motorworks conduce una motocicleta Ferrari F355 con motor V8. La reconocida empresa angelina de personalización de motocicletas Hazan Motorworks ya nos tiene acostumbrados a creaciones sorprendentes, pero esta, impulsada por el motor V8 del Ferrari F355, con casi 400 caballos, sube aún más el listón. Cuando anunciamos hace unos meses que Maxwell Hazan y su equipo comenzaban a trabajar en la construcción de una motocicleta cuya característica principal era el motor V8 atmosférico del Ferrari F355, ya se sabía que era solo cuestión de tiempo antes de que estuviera lista para ser conducida. El rendimiento, a escala, es completamente absurdo. La moto pesa unos 267 kg en seco, lo que le da una increíble relación peso-potencia de 0,675 kg/CV. A modo de comparación, una Superbike, similar a la que se espera que Miguel Oliveira compita en 2026, pesa unos 168 kg y tiene unos 235 CV, lo que da una relación peso-potencia de 0,714 kg/CV. Sin embargo, el objetivo de Hazan Motorworks era demostrar que es posible lograr obras maestras de ingeniería que van mucho más allá de lo habitual, aun teniendo en cuenta que tal relación potencia-peso, sin ayudas electrónicas, puede ser muy peligrosa. Es improbable que el motor alcance su máximo rendimiento en carretera. Más detalles. Finalmente la moto fue presentada en circuito y el resultado es sencillamente fantástico, y fue el propio Maxwell Hazan quien se animó a pilotarla, aprovechando la California Superbike School, y el resultado fue delirante, hasta el punto que él mismo dijo, antes de entrar en el circuito: será mi primera vez conduciendo una moto de 400 caballos. Pase lo que pase, seguro que será divertidísimo. Y luego continúa contando cómo empezó todo. Estaba buscando un motor para otra moto en eBay y encontré este Ferrari V8 en Anaheim. No tenía intención de construir una moto Ferrari, pero al ver el tamaño, las ideas empezaron a fluir. Un año después, aquí estamos. Naturalmente, un proyecto de esta naturaleza planteaba enormes desafíos técnicos y de ingeniería, ya que la moto se creó desde cero, alrededor del motor Ferrari y sus dos bancos de 4 cilindros, que sobresalían de cada lado de la moto. Un chasis robusto, una caja de cambios dedicada de 6 velocidades, un amortiguador de dirección, 2 escapes SC Project dedicados y mucha fibra de carbono. Estas son solo algunas de las características destacadas de este proyecto que ha sido objeto de conversación en la comunidad motociclista internacional y más allá.
Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Allah. Oh Allah, Ya Allah, oh Allah, Allah. Ya Rahmanu Ya Rahim, Allahu Allah. Ya Ghaffaru Ya Qahhar, Allahu Allah. Ya Wahhabu Ya Razzaq, Allahu Allah. Ya Fattahu Ya Alim, Allahu Allah. Ya Rahmanu irhamna, Ya Razzaqu irzuqna, Ya Latifu lطف bina, Allah. Ya Ghafur اغفر لنا, Ya Mu'izzu a'azzana, Ya Hafizu ihfadna, Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Allah. يا عالم بأمرنا, يا مفرج لهمنا, يا نور لطريقنا, يا الله. ندعوك بأسمائك, نصلي على رسولك ونقرأ ارزقنا يا لطيف الطف بينا الله يا غفور اغفر لنا يا معز أعزنا يا حفيظ احفظنا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله
Ferrari lovers and motorcycle fans alike can't help but stare at the HF355, a one-off superbike powered by the roaring V8 from a Ferrari F355. The idea alone is wild. The heart of an Italian sports car squeezed into the frame of a motorcycle. And builder Maxwell Hazan has made it real. Hazan, an award-winning custom craftsman, has mounted the F355's 3.5-liter flat-plane V8 into a lightweight aluminum chassis. This is no ordinary engine. It produces 375 horsepower at nearly 8,500 RPM, and once pushed Ferrari's own cars to 183 miles per hour. With fewer than 11,000 of these engines ever made, it's a rare piece of machinery. Now, in Hazan's hands, that rarity has been turned into pure fire on two wheels, a machine that howls like no other as it races toward the horizon. Hazan has built a reputation for chasing the impossible. Since 2012, the Los Angeles-based builder has been shaping metal by hand to create bikes that feel more like moving sculptures than simple machines. Collectors like Bobby Haas and actor Jason Momoa own his creations, which often sell for six-figure sums. Many of his earlier projects leaned into retro-inspired styling, but Hazan has also proven he knows speed. His salt shaker build for the Bonneville Salt Flats, for example, made between 250 and 270 horsepower and reached a top speed of 217 miles per hour. That alone showed Hazan isn't just about beauty, he builds bikes that can truly fly. So, when he announced a motorcycle powered by a Ferrari 58, fans knew he was about to push limits once again. The Ferrari engine at the heart of this build is legendary. Its flat-plane crank design and 5 valves per cylinder give it a racing edge, and its scream at high revs is closer to Formula One than to any motorcycle you've heard before. In its original Ferrari F355, this engine made the car sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 5 seconds and hit a top speed of 183 miles per hour. On Hazan's much lighter frame, the possibilities are staggering. Even in early test videos, the sound of the bike leaves listeners amazed. The sharp, high-pitched wail of Maranello's finest coming from a motorcycle is something that feels almost unreal. But making this vision work was no easy task. A Ferrari engine is massive compared to motorcycle power plants, so Hazan couldn't simply modify an existing frame. He built one from scratch, welding together a custom tubular aluminum structure that uses the engine itself as a stressed member. In other words, the motor doesn't just power the bike, it is part of the frame that holds everything together. The whole machine weighs about 590 pounds, with nearly half of that being the engine alone. That's heavier than most superbikes, but with almost double the horsepower, the performance edge is still incredible. For comparison, the F355 has a power-to-weight ratio far beyond that of even the BMW S 1000RR, one of the fastest production bikes today. To keep that power under control, Hazan turned to top-of-the-line parts. The F355 wears Öhlins suspension front and rear, with thick inverted forks up front and a race-spec shock at the back. Brembo monoblock brakes clamp down on large rotors, giving the stopping power needed to tame a 375-horse machine. The bike's custom double-sided swing arm stretches the wheelbase to about 63 inches, longer than most sport bikes to keep it stable when the throttle is wide open. Hazan also fitted clip-on handlebars and carefully tuned the riding position, spending long hours making sure the seat, pegs, and bars create an ergonomic setup that can actually be ridden at speed. Despite the size of the engine, his goal has always been to keep the bike under 500 pounds once it's finished. Cooling such a big engine was another challenge. A normal motorcycle radiator wasn't going to cut it, so Hazan created a custom system with heat exchangers mounted under the engine. These are linked to twin electric fans and an electronic water pump controlled by the ECU, helping keep temperatures in check even under load. For oiling, Hazan took another clever approach. He built a dry sump oil tank directly into the seat unit. This design not only saves space but also cuts weight. In July 2024, he shared a behind-the-scenes video of himself forming the translucent composite oil tank, a perfect example of his hands-on craftsmanship. The bike also breathes through a custom SC Project exhaust, tuned to make the most of that screaming V8 sound. Visually, the F355 is as striking as its engineering. There's no donor bike hiding beneath. It's all built from the ground up. Hazan hand-sculpted the fairings and small winglets, using carbon fiber molds he created himself. The design keeps most of the Ferrari engine exposed, showing off the polished intake trumpets like a piece of artwork. From the slim tank flowing into the short tail to the small acrylic windscreen up front, every detail feels intentional. It's raw and futuristic at once, a bike that looks as much at home in a gallery as it does on a racetrack. As of late 2025, the F355 is nearing completion. Hazan says the bike is now being mapped and tested on the dyno, with the ECU carefully tuned for the Ferrari motor. It has already been out for short test rides, but there is still bodywork and instrumentation left to finalize. Once those finishing touches are done, Hazan will have achieved something that few builders would even dare to attempt: taming a Ferrari engine for life on 2 wheels. Reactions from the motorcycle world have been explosive. Fans online call the F355 insane and unbelievable, comparing it to legendary experiments like Dodge's V10-powered Tomahawk. Journalists have called Hazan a madman, amazed that a single craftsman could create a bike with nearly 400 horsepower. Forums are filled with debates about how he solved the cooling and weight challenges, while some enthusiasts dream aloud about what Hazan might build next. For now, though, the F355 is enough to capture the imagination. It's a machine that blends Italian racing heritage with American ingenuity, forged by hand in a small workshop. When it finally hits the road in full form, it won't just be another custom motorcycle. It will be a statement of what's possible when skill, patience, and vision collide. And as that Ferrari 5.8's howl echoes into the distance, one can only wonder what kind of dream Hazan will chase after this. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the history and evolution of legendary motorcycles, from vintage Hondas to cutting-edge hyperbikes, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to SK for more exciting content. Ride safe, dream big, and stay tuned for our next story. Goodbye.